Now let us talk about one of the most beautiful parts of this teaching. It says that as you dwell in the feeling, it will draw you toward your goal and draw your goal toward you. And the objective will come into reality at exactly the right time and place. That means this is not only about forcing things, it is also about allowing. A lot of people live like they are trying to yank a flower out of the ground before it blooms. They tug at life. They pull on outcomes. They keep asking, where is it? Where is it? Why is it not here yet? That is like planting a seed and then scratching up the dirt every day to check on it. That does not help growth. It hurts growth. So part of this work is learning how to stop squeezing your desire with fear. Imagine holding a butterfly. If you grip too hard, you damage it. If you hold with calm care, it can rest on your hand. Many people grip their dream too hard. They choke it with worry. But when you imagine it as already done, something changes. You stop chasing from emptiness. You begin walking from fullness. That is a big difference. Chasing from emptiness feels like, I need this now or I am not okay. If this does not happen, I am ruined. I must force every door open. Walking from fullness feels like, it is already on its way. I am moving with it. I trust what is growing. I can stay steady while it unfolds. That inner shift is powerful because panic makes people clumsy. When people panic, they say the wrong things. They rush. They cling. They quit too soon. They take bad deals. They misread situations. They exhaust themselves. But when people feel inwardly settled, they move better. Think of an archer with a bow and arrow. If the archer jerks, shakes, and panics, the shot is messy. But if the archer is calm, steady, and focused, the release is smooth. Your inner state affects your outer aim. So when the teaching says your desire will draw you and you will be drawn toward it, think of two magnets slowly coming together. There may still be space between them for a while, but there is movement happening. The connection is active even before they touch. That is how this can feel. You may not see the whole path yet, but little shifts begin happening. An idea comes. A door opens. A person appears. A habit changes. A conversation happens. A burden lifts. A new choice feels natural. The goal is not always delivered like lightning from the sky. Often it arrives piece by piece like dawn. At first the sky is dark. Then there is a little light. Then more light. Then suddenly you realize morning is here. That is why timing matters. The teaching says the objective comes into reality at the right time and place. That means your job is not to scream at the clock. Your job is to stay in alignment with the feeling. Fruit ripens in season. Bread rises in time. The moon moves by phases. A baby grows before birth. A tree does not appear full-grown in one afternoon. So do not let the clock bully your faith. Sometimes when people do this inner work, they get frustrated because they want proof tomorrow morning. But that puts them right back into the feeling of lack. Right back into, I do not have it. Right back into waiting and checking. Instead, the better attitude is, it is done in me and now I let life unfold it. That does not mean you do nothing. You still take wise steps. You still listen. You still act when action is needed. You still show up. You still handle what is in front of you. But now your actions come from trust, not panic. That is like the difference between a farmer and a frantic person. The farmer plants, waters, protects, and waits with understanding. The frantic person plants, digs, worries, stomps around, and complains that nothing is happening. Be like the farmer. Do the inner planting. Do the feeling work. Do the daily watering with imagination. Do the sunlight work of repeated return. Then trust growth. Let us make this practical. If you are imagining a stronger business, feel the relief and confidence of it already working. Then take your daily actions from that state. Create, speak, write, and sell from belief instead of fear. If you are imagining love, feel the warmth and security of being loved. Then move through life from that softer, stronger place instead of from hunger and fear. If you are imagining healing, feel the gratitude and lightness of better health. Then care for your body from love instead of anger. If you are imagining peace, feel peace now in moments, even before the outside is perfect. That peace will guide better choices. This is the real power of it. You are no longer waiting for the world to tell you who to be. You are choosing who to be inside, and from there the world begins answering. Think of a radio again. The music you hear depends on what station you are tuned to. If you keep tuning to fear, you get fear songs. If you keep tuning to lack, you get lack songs. If you keep tuning to fulfillment, peace, gratitude, and doneness, your whole experience starts receiving a different signal. And over time, you become less divided inside. That matters. A divided person says, I want it, but feels, I will never have it. A divided person prays for rain, but carries an umbrella for disappointment. A divided person presses the gas and brake at the same time. This teaching helps remove that split. You imagine it done. You feel it done. You repeat it until your heart and mind begin agreeing. That agreement is powerful. When your inner world stops arguing with your desire, movement happens more easily. Now let us talk about what to do when doubt shows up, because it will. Old thoughts may say, "This is silly." Old fear may say, "Nothing ever changes." Old pain may say, "Do not hope again." When that happens, do not fight the doubt like it is a monster. Just notice it and return. Return to the scene. Return to the feeling. Return to the relief. Return to the doneness. Treat doubt like a barking dog behind a fence. You do not need to climb the fence and wrestle it. Just keep walking. That is maturity in this work, not perfection. Return. Again and again, return. And over time, what you return to most becomes your home. If you keep returning to fear, fear becomes home. If you keep returning to fulfilled feeling, that becomes home. Then one day you may notice that you are no longer asking in the same desperate way. You are no longer trembling over the outcome. You are steadier, lighter, calmer, more certain. That is a sign the inner work is taking root. And often, around that time, the outer shifts begin showing up more clearly. Not because you forced them with your fists, but because you grew into harmony with them. The river does not force its way by screaming. It flows, and in time it shapes stone. That is what repeated feeling does. It is gentle but strong, quiet but powerful, soft but shaping. So here is the final heart of the lesson. When you desire something deeply, do not only beg life for it. Welcome it inwardly. Imagine it as already complete. Feel the peace of it being done. Return to that state often. Let it reshape you. Take your steps from trust, and allow the right time and place to do their work. Because the life you want is not only built by what your hands do, it is also built by what your heart keeps accepting as true. Your imagination is the blueprint. Your feeling is the builder. Your repetition is the hammer. Your trust is the open door. Your life is the house being formed. So stop standing outside your own blessing like a stranger. Enter it in your mind. Sit down in it. Breathe in it. Feel it as finished. Then let life meet you there.